Hello friends, welcome to my channel Learning Electronics. In this lecture we are going to study half wave control rectifier with RL load. In the last class we have studied half wave control rectifier with resistive load. So before starting the video, please subscribe my channel and also press the bell icon so that you can get more updated videos from here. Before moving to the half wave control rectifier with RL load, we are going to study some concepts which are very helpful while studying the working of half wave control rectifier with RL load. So first topic is self-induced EMF. What is self-induced EMF? So the EMF induced in the coil due to change of flux produced by it with its turns is called as self-induced EMF. To understand this self-induced EMF more clearly, let us consider a coil of N turns, and when this AC supply is connected to this coil of N turns, then a current I flows into the coil, and when the current I flows into the coil, it produces a flux phi that links with the turns of the coil as shown in the figure. So if this current I is changing, because this is a alternating current supply, therefore if we are connecting alternating current supply, therefore this current will change. So if the current is changing, then the flux linking with the coil also changes, due to which an EMF E is induced in this coil, which is represented by E in this figure. By Lenz's law, the direction of this induced EMF is such that it opposes the cause which produces it. That means the polarity of this induced EMF will be opposite to that of polarity of the AC supply, due to which it has been produced. So the induced EMF is given by minus L di by dt. Di by dt is the rate of change of current I with respect to time, and here L is the inductance of this coil. Here negative sign indicates that the polarity of this induced EMF will be opposite to that of the AC supply voltage. Next is electromagnetic induction. Electromagnetic induction is the phenomena by which EMF is induced in the circuit when magnetic flux linking with it changes. So this EMF is only induced in any coil when the magnetic flux linking with the coil changes. So this phenomena is called as electromagnetic induction. Now to understand this electromagnetic induction, we will take the same figure. In this figure, when AC supply of voltage VI is connected with the coil of N turns, then a alternating, due to the flow of this alternating current through this coil, a alternating flux is set up in the coil. This alternating flux, when links with the coil as shown in the figure, produces a self-induced EMF which is represented by small e in the diagram. The induced EMF in the coil depends on the rate of change of flux linkages, which is given by the formula E is equal to N d phi by dt, where d phi by dt is the rate of change of flux linkages with respect to time, and N represents the number of turns in the coil. So this is the another formula for the induced EMF in the coil. As we have discussed, by Lenz's law, the direction of this induced EMF is such that it opposes the cause which produces it. So using these concepts, we will study the working of half wave rectifier now. In this half wave controlled rectifier, the output power can be controlled by only one half cycle of the AC supply. That means for only one half cycle of the AC supply, the output power is produced in the half wave control rectifier. That's why it is called as half wave control rectifier. In the last class, we have studied half wave control rectifier with resistive load. In this class, we are going to study half wave control rectifier with RL load, and in the next class, we are going to study half wave control rectifier with RL load and with freewheeling diode. So in this half wave control rectifier with RL load, the load is assumed to be highly inductive. The operation of the half wave control rectifier can be described by dividing the one cycle of the output into two modes of operation. So the operation of the half wave rectifier is divided into two modes. First mode is mode number 1, in which the omega t ranges from alpha to pi, and second mode is mode number 2, in which omega t varies from pi to pi plus beta. So first first we will study the mode number 1, in which omega t ranges from alpha to pi. Here alpha is the firing angle. In mode number 1, we will take positive half cycle. So this is our AC signal. This goes from 0 to pi, and here we have 2 pi. So during positive half cycle, that means from 0 to pi, what happens? The upper terminal of this supply becomes positive and the lower terminal becomes negative, due to which, what is the condition on the SCR? This is P side of the SCR, this is N side of the SCR. The P side of the SCR becomes positive and N side becomes negative, due to which this SCR goes into the forward bias condition. Now, as we have studied in the previous classes, that at firing angle, that means at omega t is equal to alpha, the SCR get turned on. So as soon as the SCR get turned on, it will act as short circuit as shown in the figure. So as soon as it will act as short circuit, the current starts flowing into the circuit, which is represented by IL, and the direction of this load current will be in the clockwise direction. Now, as soon as the current starts flowing, load voltage, which is across this resistor and inductor combination, VL is equal to the input voltage VI. So whatever the input signal is coming, it will come across the output as load voltage. Here the load current is positive and it increases gradually as the inductance stores energy in this mode of operation, because we know that inductance is a energy storing device. So in this mode of operation, the inductance stores energy, therefore the current slowly increases. Next is mode 2 operation. In the mode 2 operation, omega t ranges from pi to pi plus beta. So we always study this mode 2 operation in the negative half cycle of the AC input voltage. So during the negative half cycle of the input voltage, what happens? This upper terminal of this supply becomes negative and lower terminal becomes positive, due to which P side of the SCR becomes negative and N side becomes positive as shown in the figure. So we know that whenever P side becomes negative and N side becomes positive, the SCR goes into the reverse bias condition. So after omega t is equal to pi, the SCR tries to go into the reverse bias condition. So when SCR goes into the reverse bias condition, it tries to turn off due to natural commutation or line commutation. That means after omega t is equal to pi, during negative half cycle of the AC input voltage, the SCR tries to turn off due to natural commutation. Due to this, the load current IL tries to decrease. So according to the principle of induction, as we have studied just now, the inductive load will try to maintain the current through it unchanged and in the same direction as before. As you can see, before also the current direction was in the clockwise direction. Now also the load current is flowing in the clockwise direction only. So the inductive load tries to oppose the change in current by inducing the self-induced EMF across the load, which is represented by VL. So this VL represents the self-induced EMF, and the polarity of the self-induced EMF will be opposite to that of the supply. That means the lower terminal will be positive and the upper terminal will be negative. This induced voltage VL makes the point X negative and point Y positive. That means this inductor is opposing the change in current through it by developing a voltage across it proportional to the rate of change of current. So the self-induced EMF across this load is given by L di by dt, where di by dt represents the rate of change of current with respect to time and L is the inductance of this inductor. So as this current is decreasing gradually in the amplitude, but it is flowing in the same direction as before, the load voltage or the voltage across this R and L combination will be equal to negative value of AC signal. That means negative instantaneous value of AC supply voltage. So here also we will get VL is equal to VI only. So due to the voltage in this inductor, the SCR continues to conduct even in the negative half cycle also, and we will get the output voltage is equal to the input voltage. So whatever be the input voltage coming across this load, it will come across the output. So that means our SCR is conducting from pi to pi plus beta. Beta is the instant up to which our SCR is conducting during the negative half cycle. So in the mode 2 operation, load acts as source and returns the stored energy back to the AC supply. So thus SCR conducts from pi to pi plus beta due to store energy in the inductive load. So as soon as the energy stored in this inductor goes back to the source, what happens? The SCR goes into the off condition due to natural commutation or line commutation. So this SCR will act as open circuit, and in this condition the load current becomes 0 and the voltage across this load will also become 0. Now we will study the working of half wave control rectifier with RL load using waveforms. So this is our AC input signal, which is represented by Vi. This is the positive half cycle of the AC input voltage. This is negative half cycle of the AC input voltage. This is again positive half cycle of the AC input voltage. So during the positive half cycle of the AC input voltage, when omega t ranges from 0 to pi, the SCR goes into the forward bias condition. So in the forward bias condition only, when omega t reaches alpha value, that means at firing angle, the SCR goes into the on condition. So as soon as the SCR goes into the on condition, the SCR acts as short circuit, therefore the current starts flowing into the circuit. Okay, so there will be a gradual increase in the current during this stage. That means after omega t is equal to alpha, there will be a gradual increase in the load current which is flowing through the load. Why this is happening? Because in this stage only the inductor will store energy. So since the SCR is acting as a short circuit in this stage, whatever be the input voltage, that will be equal to the load voltage here. So the output signal waveform will be equal to the input signal waveform as shown in the figure, and there will be a gradual increase in the load current because of the storing of energy of the inductor. And after omega t is equal to pi, input signal goes into the negative half cycle as shown in the figure. So as soon as the input signal goes into the negative half cycle, what happens to the SCR? SCR goes into the reverse bias condition. Due to this reverse bias condition, SCR tries to turn off due to natural commutation or line commutation, but since there is a energy stored in the inductor and that energy is in the form of voltage, and the polarity of that voltage in such a way that it keeps the direction of the current same as before. So in this stage, from omega t is equal to pi to omega t is equal to pi plus beta, mode of operation is called as mode 2 operation, and from omega t is equal to alpha to omega t is equal to pi, the mode of operation is called as mode 1 operation. So we are talking about the mode 2 operation now. In the mode 2 operation, from omega t is equal to pi to omega t is equal to pi plus beta, even if we have negative half cycle and SCR is in the reverse bias condition, due to this voltage across the inductor, the SCR will remain in the forward bias condition and current continues to flow in the circuit, but in the same direction as before. So as the energy is imparting to the source, again there is a decrease in current in this stage. So we are showing the current as decrease in current. The current through the inductor is reaching to a maximum value, then slowly it is reducing the zero value as shown in the figure. So this mode of operation in which the current through the inductor slowly decreases from maximum value to minimum value is called as the mode 2 operation, and in the mode 1 operation the current through the inductor increases from minimum value to maximum value here. And in this mode 2 operation, the load voltage will be equal to the input voltage again, but here since the negative half cycle is coming, so negative value of signal will be in the output we have. This is our actual waveform of the load voltage. From 0 to omega t is equal to alpha, there will be no signal at the output, and after omega t is equal to pi to omega t is equal to pi plus beta, we have signal, and output signal will be equal to input signal in between these two instances. Now from omega t is equal to pi plus beta to omega t is equal to 2 pi plus alpha, there will be no signal, because in this condition the negative half cycle is coming. That means SCR goes into the off condition, no stored energy in the inductor is there, and in this condition SCR becomes again forward biased, but it is before the firing angle, therefore till the firing angle the SCR will remain in the off condition only, even if it is in the forward bias conditions. Now again the same waveform is coming here. So in the load current, as I have explained, this is the actual waveform of the load current. From 0 to omega t is equal to alpha, there will be no waveform, and from omega t is equal to alpha to omega t is equal to pi plus beta, there will be waveform. Again after omega t is equal to 2 pi plus alpha only, we have load current waveform as shown in the figure. So hope you have understood the topic. Thank you very much for watching, and please do subscribe my channel for more updates.